Hey there, this is John from Heroes and Legends. Today we have a top 10 list for you. We're going to look at the top 10 Commander 2016 singles. Now keep in mind, when we look at this top 10 at the time of recording, this is the day before the release of this product. So some of the values that are going to be attached to these cards are probably going to be a little high. Tomorrow, actually midnight tonight, when this product drops and people start purchasing these, opening these decks, the values are going to start to drop relatively significantly. So keep that in mind as we look through the list. But I still thought it was important to look at what cards are hot right now, what cards have the buzz around them, because these are going to be the cards that are going to cross over out of their decks and their pre-constructed deck lists into a variety of different commander decks. So having said that, quickly before we get started, if you check out the description below, you'll see some links to our Amazon affiliate store. If you make any purchases through any of those links, a small percentage will come back to help support the channel. I always appreciate that, as well as you'll find links to our Patreon page too. Now let's get on with the top 10, starting off with number 10. Ribose Soul Tender. Now, Ribose right now worth about $5.25. You can find him in the Open Hostility deck. This is, of course, one of the new partner commanders. On paper, paying $5 for a 2/2 flyer doesn't sound super exciting, but once you dig a little deeper and look into those other abilities, this is a very strong card. First off, giving all your other creatures an Anthem effect is a big deal. Combine that with the fact that on your upkeep, you can take a creature from your graveyard back to your hand, basically card advantage. This is a fantastic partner. Next, we have Master of Etherium coming in at number 9, right now valued at about $5.89, which feels a little high because this is actually a reprint, but it just goes to show you just how popular and how sought after this card is. Awesome that they've included it here, and you can find a copy in the Invent Superiority deck. Coming in at number 8 is yet another reprint. This is Kalonian Hydra, right now worth about $6.15. You can find this creature in the Breed Lethality deck, and of course, just by reading it, completely fits into that deck, which is all about growing your creatures with +1/+1 counters. Coming in at number 7 is Akari Line Slinger, right now worth about $7.99, and this is another one of the partner commanders. Vigilance and First Strike on a 2-drop. Now granted, it's a 0/3, but for every artifact you control against +1/+0, that's pretty huge. This is a creature that can safely attack with the First Strike and also be around to defend you when the time comes. Fantastic card. Again, you're going to find this one in Invent Superiority. Coming in at number 6, a Magus. We got Magus of the Will, and another card from Invent Superiority. This one currently is valued at $8.36. This one has just captured the imagination of a lot of players because it's Yawgmoth's Will on a creature, which is incredible. We talked at length when we discussed the individual cards about this card in previous videos, but real quick, I mean, basically, if you can get past the drawback, which is the fact that it's a 3/3 creature that will come in with Summoning Sickness, if you can get this to go off, this can be incredibly powerful. Now, in the deck that it is being sold in, it's all about taking a lot of artifacts, artifact creatures, especially back out of your graveyard and replaying them. But this has a lot of implications when it comes to sorceries and instants as far as combo or storm-centric decks. Very interesting card, maybe one of the most intriguing ones on the list. And I have to wonder, could one of this show up in like a Legacy Storm build? Perhaps. Coming in at number 5 is Deep Glow Skate, and this is valued at about $9.99. This is a card from Breed Lethality, and this is a creature that gives you a effect very similar to Doubling Season, which is crazy good. And with this particular creature, even though it doesn't keep doing the effect like, say, Doubling Season would do, if you can find ways to flicker this, you can find tons of value here. This is fantastic with Planeswalkers, will fit very well into any sort of Super Friends build. Coming in at number 4 is Yggdrasil Maelstrom Wielder. Now you can find this 4-color commander in the Atropic Uprising deck, right now valued at $11.99. Any card that's going to give you the ability to cascade, I think, is an exciting card, much less one on a commander that could give you multiple cascades over the course of a game. Very cool card. Coming in at number 3 is Atraxa Praetor's Voice, and this is another one of the 4-color commanders. This one you can find in Breed Lethality, and right now she's worth $13.99, and this is another card that players are really excited about. Not only is it great flavor and just essence of all the colors, I just really like how they lined up the colors with the abilities, but also it's a card that will allow you to proliferate, which is another very strong mechanic. Coming in at number 2 is Sindar, Conduit of Jamura. And this card I talked a little bit about when we originally reviewed this deck, the Stalwart Unity deck, where you'll find it. This is worth $14.99 right now. And this is just oozing with nostalgia for folks that used to play Magic many years ago. I mean, it gives you flanking. It just has a very kind of old school feel to it. And the ability is very strong as well and can really set you up to do one of two things. Either put yourself in a position to get your opponents attacking each other more easily and more frequently, which is what it tries to do in the Stalwart Unity deck, or you could simply go with small creatures and try to attack your opponents and be more offensive. Very cool card. Finally, coming in at number 1 is Silas Wren's Seeker Adept. Right now valued about $15 and really almost a virtual tie really between number 1 and number 2. This can also be found in the Invent Superiority deck, and this card is a very cheap partner. Comes in as a 2/2 Death Toucher, but maybe more importantly, if it can do combat damage, you get to take an artifact out of your graveyard and cast it that turn. Now you do have to pay the mana, of course, to cast it, but still tons of value there. Again, it's just letting you take a card out of your graveyard, potentially cast it as if it's in your hand at that point. It's just more card advantage and is going to work really well in artifact builds. So hopefully that points you in the right direction and maybe will allow you to make your final decision as to which deck you want. Now, if you want a more detailed analysis of these cards and these decks, check out on the channel. We have all 5 decks completely reviewed. There's a playlist that includes all of them, and hopefully that will allow you to make your decision if you're planning on purchasing one of these products this weekend. I'm very excited to see them, and my plan is hopefully I'll be able to get my hands on some to do some opening videos as well on the channel. So until then, hey, thanks for watching. Please remember to like and subscribe, and have a great day. Hey, thanks as always for watching. This video, like all my videos, was made possible by the generous support of viewers like you on Patreon. Even a donation of $1 helps me to keep growing this community and creating better quality content for all of you. Also, check out our description below for links to our Amazon affiliate store. A small percentage of sales from there will also support the channel. If you haven't yet had a chance, hit that subscribe button so you don't miss any MTG news, spoilers, set reviews, product openings, or finance videos on Heroes and Legends. Talk to you again soon, and have a great day.